Good morning, Tottenham fans. Before I do my video today, I just want to take a minute out just to speak about what happened in Liverpool. Liverpool fans got together for a joyous occasion. They were celebrating a Premier League victory. They were doing a parade. They never got to do this before. COVID took that away from them. So this was a massive day for them. And a massive crowd gathered together. And they were all happy, all celebrating. And then something horrific happened. A man decided to drive his vehicle into the crowd, injuring many people, including children. This was inhumane, disgusting, sick, no matter what words you want to use for it. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. This man needs to be locked up and never let out again. It's disgusting what he's done. This could have easily been us on Friday when we had a mass crowd in London. Thank God it never happened, but that makes my stomach turn just thinking about it. My thoughts are with all the families, all the injured people, all the people that had to witness this horrific event. And this was meant to be a day that they'd never forget for the right reasons. Now they're never going to forget it for the wrong reasons because of this pathetic scum of a person. My heart goes out to all of you. And even though this is a Tottenham channel, you'll never walk alone, even from us. Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about what these things Spurs have to do sorry, I'm still a bit angry from what happened. Tottenham have to do these things to be able to compete next season. If they don't do these things, we're going to massively struggle. And the reason why I say we're going to massively struggle is because we're going to be in the Champions League and we're going to have to play Champions League football and Premier League football. And in between that, FA Cup and League Cup. Now, you're not going to have the chance to rest lots of players for Champions League games like we could in the Europa League. Even with a massive injury crisis, we got away with it because the competition was not as strong as it's going to be this season coming. So we need to make sure that we are in a good position to be able to compete in these competitions. It's going to be difficult. First thing we need to do is make a statement about the manager. Are you keeping Ange? I made a video on this yesterday. Now, let's be clear. The transfer window opens on the 1st of June. And while I'm recording this, it's the 28th of May. So, a few days from now. And you're not even come out of a statement saying which manager you're going to keep. Or are you going to keep Ange? What are you doing? What kind of players are we going to bring in? We don't even know what system we're playing yet because we don't know if we're playing Ange's style or what. We don't know. So we need to be more transparent with that and we need to start kicking on. And we need to hurry up. Lots of other clubs are going to improve. Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United are already starting to make moves. Newcastle, Bournemouth, Fulham. They're all going to be making moves to improve themselves. Nottingham Forest. We can't stay stagnant just because we won a trophy. I do not want to wait 17 years for another one. Next, we have to identify and sign players early. We need to get them early in the window. Positions I think we need, but let me know in the comments what you think we need. The positions we need is left centre-back, who can also play left-back, so we can cover there. Someone that's quick as well. So if Van der Ven's missing, we don't miss the pace. We need someone in the DM role, someone that can sit in that DM role. Someone like Paulina, for example, that's at the moment at Bayern Munich. He used to play for Fulham. He's an outstanding midfielder in my opinion. He's not happy at Bayern. Go and get him. That would be an outstanding signing for us if we signed him. Right winger. We need someone to compete with Johnson. Most of our wingers play on the left. Yang, Odegaard, Son, Tell, they all like playing on the left. We need a right winger that can score goals as well because Johnson scores goals. If he's not playing, we need someone that can score goals too. Someone with pace and skill as well. We need a forward number 9 as well, and I'll get into why in a bit because I know we've got 2 at the moment, but I just think one of them may be leaving and I'll let you know in that in a minute. These four, we need to get 4 or 5 players in my opinion, minimum, right? And none of these we should be up and coming youngsters. I'm all for getting up and coming youngsters, but after we've got the 4 or 5 quality signings we need, experienced players that will either improve our first team or fight for a first team place. I know sometimes it takes a little while to settle, but that's exactly what we need to do. We need to get 4 to 5 very strong players. We need to be able to compete in 2 major competitions now. They're going to have to be good players coming in. We cannot be buying bargain basements now. Otherwise, we'll be going backwards again. We have enough young players coming through. We don't, like I said, if we buy some more young players, put them in the academy. But we've got enough young players at the moment that we need to start working on and developing and stop leaving them out in the cold. We've got Vuskovic coming in. We've got Moore, who's starting to show promise now. Donnelly, who had a really good loan spell. Phillips also had a really good loan spell at Stoke. Yang had a good loan spell at QPR. We've still got Gray, Bergveld and Odeberg in and around the first team. They're all teenagers still, all 19 years old. So we need to develop these instead of keep bringing in more and more youngsters and then saying that they're the next best thing. These guys could be the next best thing, but we've got to help develop them. I love all the players we've got now because we won the Europa League with them. So it's hard for me to say we need to get rid of a few, but we have to make space in the squad. It's just as simple as that. And for me, Whiteman doesn't need to be there. We've got Kinksky, Austin and Vicario. 3 goalkeepers in the squad for me is enough. We don't need Whiteman. I think he's run out of contract in the summer anyway. Davis runs out of contract in the summer. He's been brilliant for Spurs for 10 years. He's been so reliable, great role model, great person to have around, but it's his time now. We need to get someone in and not have Davis as backup anymore. We've also got Dragushin, Danso, Romero, Van der Ven, Vuskovic coming in, Phillips. We need to develop them too. Davis now, I think, if he wants to stay on and coach, great. But at the moment, I don't think he should be in our squad anymore, especially because we're playing in the Champions League. Forster, he can go. Werner, definitely. It's not worked for him. I feel sorry for him. He's got the work rate, he's got the right attitude, he's just got no confidence. It's shot now, and we can't afford to take passengers into the Champions League. Tell, I'm still 50-50 on. He could be one of those players that you sell and then regret, but then he could be one of those players that you keep and regret. So I'm 50-50 on Tell. Let me know in the comments whether you'd keep Tell or not. Reguilon, he'll definitely be going as well. Two that would be sad to see go, but I think may happen, one is Richarlison. I think if a good offer comes in for Richarlison, we'd sell him, and that takes me back to the number 9 position that we need to fill. We're going to need someone to score lots of goals in the number 9 role. I know someone like Ekiteke, that guy that played for Frankfurt, he's absolutely insane player, would improve us massively. If we get a good offer for Richie, I think Richards to go, but the next one is going to be hard to swallow, and that's Basuma. He's on the last year of his contract, and the last few rounds of the Europa League, he was playing out of his skin, brilliant. But for the season before, like the rest of the season, he's been very, very poor and been a liability for a lot of the season. And it's his last year in the contract. I just can't imagine him competing with other midfielders in the Champions League anymore. I just don't trust him as much anymore. I think Bentancur, Bergvall, Sarr, Maddison, Kulu, they're all good. But I just think Basuma, we can get some money for him and probably bring in a decent DM to fill that gap. I think if we get rid of Basuma, we need to bring in quality to replace him. And finally, sort out that bloody medical team. If we keep getting injuries like we did this season, we're not going to get anywhere. We need to make sure our players don't fall like flies next season, and we do something, like Ange said, next season could be better. We definitely need to be better in the league, so I understand that. But we're not going to be better in the league unless we do these things that I said today. Let me know in the comments what you think, and come on you Spurs.